Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and welcome to Hypixel SkyBlock for another updated tutorial. So for those of you that have been around for a while, you might know that about a year ago I uploaded a skills guide to Hypixel SkyBlock. Well, a lot's changed since then, so today I'm going to go over every skill in the game and show you guys the most efficient ways to level it up passively or actively. There's a lot of definitive best ways to level up your skills in Skyblock and have the ultimate flex. I mean, right now I have skill average 45 and I'm pretty happy with it, although if I were to actually take my own advice and do these methods for like a month, I could reach skill average 50, which would be the ultimate flex. But anyways, without further ado, let's get right into it. So to start off, we're gonna go to the farm down here. The farming skill is one of my personal favorites because you barely have to pay attention to the game while you're doing it, and because of that you could just watch movies, talk to people in Discord, do whatever. Anyways, there is a most efficient way to get farming XP right now, and believe it or not, it's actually sugarcane, even with the recent buffs to all the other crops, and it's just about as good as pumpkin, but you make a lot of money along the way. That's one of my other favorite parts of farming. Anyways, there is a very specific strategy that I've been told by the guild, and I frankly agree with after testing it briefly. So first of all, you want to get some rancher boots so that you can precisely change your speed to 327, very specific, and then angle your mouse at a 45-degree angle, so about this. And you're about to see why this strategy is so good. So first of all, I'm not even missing any sugarcane, and I'm not even pressing S. I'm literally just pressing D. Now, I've been told by some members of the guild that you can actually bind the left click or the break action to the space bar so that you could do this one-handed. Oh, and here's the, there you go, look at this. So now, instead of, oh, I gotta change the angle a little bit. There we go. It's okay if you miss the occasional sugarcane. Right now I'm holding S. You can actually see that by the keystrokes in the top right hand corner. But yeah, the idea behind this strat is basically the least amount of effort possible. But as I said, you can map left click to the spacebar and then swap between walking forward while pressing D and walking backwards while pressing S. You only have to hold, if you were to remap your left click to space, you would only hold space plus D or space plus S, and then in between the layers, obviously you're going to need to do an adjustment. There you go. And then if you end up going too fast and missing too much cane, you can adjust the angle. Anyways, that is the best active method to get farming XP in the current meta. Now, obviously, in terms of pets, if you want the maximum XP, use a rabbit pet. But I would not recommend that. You should sacrifice the 30% farming XP boost for additional double drop chance with the elephant pet. You'll make a lot more money this way, and you can use that money to fund other skills. Okay, so in addition to manual farming, there's another way to get farming XP, and that's with minions. Now, unfortunately, my minion setup is not set up this way, so you're not going to see this visual. If I can, I'll put something on screen. Anyways, what a lot of people have been doing, they've had melon minions down, so tier 11 melon minions with diamond spreading, and if they can afford it. Catalysts with melon minions actually do make back a good amount of the money you put into it, but chances are, with how popular this method's been lately, it is going to cost you a lot of coins. But if you want the absolute easiest way to get to farming 60, this is the way to do it. All right, on to the second skill, and that is mining. In terms of the best way to actively get mining XP, it should be fairly obvious, and that's to do commissions in the dwarven mines with a silverfish pet. Now, this is another case where technically the best pet for XP is a silverfish because of the 30% boost, but I would recommend a mithril golem pet instead for that extra mining speed, for the extra mithril powder. That extra mithril powder can get you more mining speed, which means you can get mining XP faster. And there's some perks. This one that actually gives you more mining experience. So if you want to go all in, you want to get mining 60, Seasoned Mine Man is the perk for you in the Heart of the Mountain menu. If you want maximum mining speed, you can go with Sorrow Armor. Again, Mithril Golem. And then once my speed boost ability is active, which it is now, look at this. Look at these beautiful progression right here. But anyways, yeah, you'll get a lot of mining XP this way. I started off at mining, I think 48 when this update came out about a month ago. And now I think I'm at mining like 52 or 53. If you want just raw XP, then obviously Seasoned Mine Man. But I think you should probably focus on just the raw amount of blocks you're breaking. So mining speed, efficient miner, very important. Speed boost perk, I would say peak of the mountain up to 4. You don't need 5. Mining Madness, Sky Mall. Yeah, this is the orientation I'd recommend for Heart of the Mountain to get the maximum amount of blocks. So it turns out that the previous best mining XP collection method is still meta, and that's having snow minions tier 11 with diamond spreading. I also have plasma buckets now, which are completely unnecessary. Regular old enchanted lava buckets are fine. I've been doing this for ages because I want to get my pets to level 100. It makes a ton of money, whatever. But the strategy is you were to take out a refined stonk. Mine's recombobulated for that extra refined bonus, which gives you more mining XP. And then what you do is you just collect your minions, and then you just get a bunch of mining XP. Now, of course, Silverfish Pet is king here in terms of the amount of raw XP you get, but what you're going to realize is this guy's going to hit level 100 real fast. And I've been sacrificing XP again to level up my other pets. For example, Endermite, or Wither Skeleton, or even a Bat Pet. But yeah, this is the best passive method to get mining XP. Okay, next up is combat, which actually brings us back to the Dwarven Mines. Now, this is a strategy that I have not taken advantage of, so I'm going to have to show some other person's footage. But anyways, there is a new strategy for the most active combat XP that you can get in the game, and it's about 800,000 XP an hour, I've heard. And that method is using a Soul Whip, which is an item obtained through the Spooky Festival, spooky fishing and all of that. Costs about 14 million coins right about now. But anyways, you hop down here where the sorrows are, and you just kill a bunch of them with the Soul Whip. Now, the armor I'd recommend for this is, believe it or not, at least Superior. So Superior does have a purpose, but preferably Necron set. I've seen some people try to do it with Shadow Assassin, but they're a little squishy. But anyways, what you want to do is just hop down here and kill as many sorrows as you can with the Soul Whip. The lifesteal should keep you alive. Now, of course, you can kill these without a Soul Whip. I'm doing it with a Livid Dagger, but if you want the maximum efficiency in doing this, then obviously you're going to want to use a Soul Whip. But yeah, you get supposedly 800,000 combat XP an hour, and in addition to that, you get these little things called sorrows, which sell for a pretty decent amount on the auction house. So it is a money-making method as well. So they're about 230,000 each. You can craft them into the best mining armor in the game. The boots go for 2.8 mil. So yeah, it's actually a pretty solid strategy for making money and getting combat XP. Now, this did dethrone the previous best combat XP method, which I should probably add is not bad. It's not a terrible method, but I would not recommend it with the sorrows being a thing. But if you can't handle killing sorrows, like you can't afford Necron set and the Soul Whip, then you could technically do tier 4 revs. Now, I'd only recommend doing this if Aatrox is active, which he is right now, and he has at least slash pricing. Extra 20% drops is nice because it helps pay for itself, but even then, you're still going to probably end up spending about, I don't know, 5 million coins to get to like Rev 8. So it's still not 100% worth it. But if you have nothing better to do, tier 4 Revenants in a private lobby with a... Oh, and by the way, the pet for both of these obviously would be Wolf because of the combat XP boost ability. I forgot to mention that. But, so many things. Okay, if you want the maximum combat XP with the Sorrow strategy, or any strategy that is, you are going to want a Hunter Ring. Hunter Rings give a 5% combat XP boost from monster kills, which is useful for Sorrows. It's a very expensive talisman, but I would still recommend it. And also, speaking of Slayers, you can get an additional combat XP boost if you kill at least one tier 4 Slayer of every type. Then you'll get a total of 15%, it says right at the top. So yeah, very useful to do that. This also goes without saying for all the skills, but I just remembered it now. You're going to want to use either a God Potion, which is what I have active right now, which gives you every single buff in the game for 24 hours. We know this. Or a XP boost potion. So Enchanting, Mining, whatever. So whatever skill you have, make sure you have the tier 3 XP boost potion active. So the next strategy is yet another one I can't show off because I didn't grind it, but I have asked my entire guild. Everybody agrees that this is the best way to do it. I mean, it's obvious. So the best way to level up foraging is to get a monkey pet equipped, which I don't even have one for the demonstration. But monkey pet, what it does is it gives you a reduction on the cooldown for the tree capitator, which is something I do have. The tree cap is basically just a better jungle axe. It breaks logs extremely fast. If you have a monkey pet, it's going to reduce the cooldown of the tree cap, and it actually reduces it by so much that you get more foraging XP than if you were to use an ocelot pet. You genuinely get more foraging XP with a monkey pet than ocelot. So that's something that you should probably be aware of, alongside having a foraging XP boost potion and being in the dark oak area with a monkey pet. I mean, look at this place is dead. After the update, no one grinds foraging anymore. It's terrible. Would not recommend. I would say get to foraging, I don't know, 25 and then just stop. But if you really wanted to sweat it, but right now with the haste bug going on, I don't know if they're ever gonna fix it. It's been like a month and a half, but I don't know. Okay, the next one is yet another skill that I don't have the stuff for because I did not sweat it, and that is fishing. So here's what you want to do for fishing. First of all, you want to grab yourself a set of shark scale armor. You want to grab yourself a rod of the sea, and then obviously max out the enchantments on the armor and the fishing rod. For example, expertise is one you can get. Technically, you can put Legion on your armor, but that's really, really expensive. Would not recommend doing that, but you can, I guess. This is actually the first strategy out of all these skills that involves pet swapping, which is something that came out literally only a few days ago as of recording this. Here's what you need to do. First of all, you need to go to the community center and grab yourself a auto pet rules 2-pack, or you can buy one from the auction house, and it will allow you to make 2 auto pet rules. I actually have 6 of these right now. But anyways, what you want to do is make a rule called on throw fishing hook, equip dolphin. So on throw fishing hook, equip dolphin pet. So this is the first pet you want to get. I would recommend a lower rarity, higher level, unless you're sweat. If you have a level 100 legendary, then go for it, but mine is a rare for some reason. Level 100 common would be way better, but again, I don't do fishing that often. Anyways, the next rule is when you enter combat, equip squid. So the squid pet gives you a fishing XP boost. Obviously, you can put a fishing XP boost item on each pet. But yeah, so the strategy here is, believe it or not, the auto pet rule for entering combat activates automatically when you fish up a mob. I don't know how it works, but apparently it just does. That's what I've been told by the guild. And also, apparently, you can do even better if you swap to flying fish and then catch the mob with a dolphin manually. You have to manually do the swap. It's really difficult. I would not recommend. If you just want to chill out and, you know, get close to the max XP, then you could just have those 2 auto pet rules, have your shark armor. I only have a rod of legends instead of rod of the sea, but it's the same thing. It's just an upgraded version of this, so the mechanics exactly the same. Max enchantments. Obviously, the area you want to be in, a lot of people like the barn, but it turns out because of recent updates, it's actually best to go to the spider's den and then just grappling hook over to the main island, AOTE, there you go, and then go to the spot that everybody's been going to. I don't know why people like the barn, because the spider's den, it rains, so you get better fish. I mean, look at this, there's a ton of people here. But yeah, just do the normal fishing thing. And of course, if you have Legion, then all the players being around you is going to help a lot. And there you go, the auto fish. See, it equipped my squid and dolphin, even though I didn't actually get hit by the mob yet. It's really weird how fishing works with that. But anyway, of course, you're going to want to use spiked bait, aka Thanofish, for increased sea creature drop chance. This is what's called the ghost hub, by the way, for anyone that's not aware. There's a few spots that you can do. There's the ghost barn, technically, so you could still do the barn spot and get rain, but this is my favorite spot. It's just simple and easy. But yeah, that's That's my guide to fishing from a person that doesn't know anything about fishing. No, I know everything about fishing. I'm just too poor to afford the gear and too lazy to actually do the grind. But as I said, my guild is, they're all sweats. They know what they're doing, and I listen to their advice. So enchanting skill is probably the easiest skill in the game. Now, the reason for that is that guardian pets, at least epic rarity, you need an epic guardian or better. To get one from the auction house, it's about 1 million coins, give or take. It's really cheap. Would recommend because of that enchanting XP boost. Get yourself an enchanting XP boost potion and an experience potion. Top yourself off on grand experience bottles, maybe a couple Titanics. Put down an experimentation table and do the mini games. That is the easiest way to get that. All you have to do is just play the mini games. It's extremely simple. Just play the mini games with the guardian pet enabled. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. One thing I'd also recommend is, you know, consume a bunch of booster cookies, get bits. Resetting the experimentation table 3 times a day can be expensive with XP levels, but of course, if you want to get the fastest enchanting XP, you can get yourself to enchanting 60 in probably a week. Not even if you reset 3 times a day. This is my first level 60 skill, so that just proves how easy it is because I got it. I did this without the assistance of mods. Now, if you want to get this done even faster, get more XP, there are mods available out there that you can search up to get really, really quick enchanting XP. It basically does the mini games for you. I'm not going to be the police here. You do you, I guess. But if you want to use the mods to get yourself to enchanting 60, there you go. But it is still very much possible to do it without, but you are going to sacrifice probably, I would say, level up about 2 or 3 times as slow. But I managed to do it in less than a month, so yeah. I don't know. You'd probably save a lot of coins as well because you won't have to waste as many grands and Titanics. But good luck. So the next skill is a little weird, and that is Alchemy. So Alchemy is a skill that at the moment is pretty anemic in SkyBlock. I actually predict that in a few months there's going to be an Alchemy overhaul similar to Enchanting. So don't be surprised if a few months from now, instead of what you're seeing in front of you, that the best way to get Alchemy XP is just going to be doing some Alchemy minigame similar to Enchanting. At the moment, the best way to level up Alchemy is to just buy roughly 14 stacks of enchanted sugarcane, which is very expensive, by the way. Place down a bunch of brewing stands. This is about 10 stacks. I would recommend in this orientation. So 2 blocks with brewing stands on top of them, water currents all around, because I've already done the difficult part, and that's buying a bunch of glass bottles, filling them up with water, and then filling the brewing stands, filling up the bottles, put in the brewing stand, fill, put, and just do that. I did that for, it took about 2 hours, and then I already put in the nether wart for the awkward potion. Now, obviously, after this step, you just put in enchanted cane into every single one of these, which I haven't done yet because I'm poor on this profile. And then after that, I would recommend following it up with an enchanted glowstone dust, because it actually makes the potion worth more through NPCs. Anyways, you don't have to have an XP boost potion active while you're doing this, only when you collect the potions out of the brewing stands. There is no official pet that gives you an alchemy XP boost. Now, because of that, the game with alchemy is to conserve as much of your money as possible. How do you make the financial hit the least bad? Like I said, enchant a glowstone and then sell the potions back to NPC. You'll make a pretty decent amount of coins back. Now, you can put that alchemy XP to work by leveling up sheep pets. So you can buy level 1 legendaries from the auction house, get them to level 100, and then resell them for some profit. And this will reduce the cost of getting Alchemy 50 by just buying that ridiculous amount of cane. Now, I'd also recommend getting an XP share item. For example, this one I have on my blue whale. Put it on another sheep, or I guess another alchemy pet, but I'll just tell you right now that parrots and jellyfish do not sell well. I would recommend sheep. So yeah, I don't know, buy 4 sheeps, level up one of them only with the XP boost, or the XP share item. The other 3 just level up with raw XP. There are auto brewers that you can actually make. So this is like technically the passive way to do this would be to make an auto brewer. I'm not an expert, so I'm just going to leave a card in the top right hand corner to a tutorial that makes an auto brewer. and I suppose you could do that as well, but it's a little bit more sketchy. I've seen them screw up before and you don't get the XP, so I just like to play it safe and do it manual, but it takes I don't know, 2-3 hours to do this process. But then you'll easily get Alch 50, and you might actually only spend about 10 million coins in the process or less. Next up is the Taming skill. This one is kind of a passive skill in itself. People don't usually actively grind Taming skill, but if you want to level it up as fast as possible, technically it's the Dwarven mines, because mining XP is abundant here, especially when you redeem commissions and just breaking all of the blocks in general. You get a lot of mining XP. So if you were to have a Mithril Golem pet out, for example, this guy is a sponge for mining XP. You're gonna get it to level 100 legendary within a few days, not even, and it's kind of ridiculous. Like, you will get so much Taming XP from just doing this that you might get Taming 50 before you get mining 50. It's ridiculous. Well, I mean, it works because you're doing other things in SkyBlock, preferably. The other way to get lots of Taming XP really fast is, of course, leveling up pets with minions, like I already demonstrated with mining skill. Doing the same thing on mining pets will get you a ton of Taming XP. Like, for example, like I said before, Bat Pet, Wither Skeleton Pet, Mithril Golem, Silverfish, and now Endermite. Almost all of them are level 100 now just from collecting my minions, except for the Mithril Golem. That one was manual. There's also a third way to get really quick Taming XP, and that is the Enchanting minigame. It actually gives a huge chunk of XP if you were to have the Guardian pet out. Like, if you were to check my Sky Crypt right now, I think it has like literally 100 million XP, which is ridiculous. But yeah, so Enchanting's a great way to get XP as well. Nowadays, I actually don't even have the Guardian equipped. I've been equipping my Griffin pet because it's been lacking with levels. And even though Enchanting's the wrong type of XP, it does level it up fairly quickly. Like, just doing this minigame once got me from level 68 to 70 in just one go. So, not bad. Not bad at all. But yeah, Taming skill, I wouldn't really focus this one. Just be as efficient as possible with the other skills, and Taming 50 will just kind of happen. The final skill in this game, and the most laughable for me, probably, is Dungeoneering. So Dungeoneering is technically a skill, and it's obtained through completing the catacombs. Now, this one's actually really simple as well. If you want to get your catacombs up fast, it's really simple. You just got to do floor 7 runs as fast as possible. Nothing fancy. Not even frag runs, I've been told. That's just for money, apparently. And for combat XP, like floor 6. Oh yeah, that's something I didn't mention. Some people, they run floor 6 frag runs for technically the highest combat XP in the game. But you need to have a party full of sweats that all have Hyperions. It's not really worth. But anyways, if you want the maximum catacombs / dungeoneering XP, you're going to want to run floor 7. Now, that means you're going to need a sweaty team in your party. Primarily one that does the secrets fast, because it's all about timing. Obviously, you want to get S+ runs. I would imagine mostly mages with storm armor and, again, Hyperion. Archers with bone meringues apparently aren't terrible. Berserker's bad. Would not recommend that. But yeah, it's really that simple. Just focus on getting floor 7 runs as fast as possible, S+, and that's just the best you could do right now at Catacombs XP. So anyways, there's 3 other skills in the game. I'm not going to talk about the carpentry. If you really want to get your carpentry up, when you're collecting your snow minions, just craft your diamonds into enchanted diamond blocks, and then if you really want, you could just craft that into perfect armor. But why? Rune crafting? Do dragons. Something that hasn't been meta for over a year. But you could technically max out your rune crafting by doing dragons. And then social skill. Get YouTube rank. I don't know. But anyways, that's it for this updated skill XP tutorial. Now, to recap, for every single skill in this game, make sure you have the skill XP boost effect active, either through using the potion itself or a god potion. With enchanting, you want experience as well. And make sure you have the proper pet equipped and doing all of this stuff. And it turns out that Alchemy, Taming, and Dungeoneering don't have a specific pet for them, but the rest of the skills do. So be very aware of these things as you're doing them. But anyways, it's been fun. I hope you guys liked it. And yeah, I guess that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later.